Hi, I'm Tracy Soffra and I work with career-minded professional women. And for too long, women have been told that they're not good with numbers, they can't manage money, and one day someone's finally going to rescue them. Well, I'm here to dispel that myth once and for all. Today, I want to touch on something that I hear all the time and I've heard for so many years that I want to make sure I clarify it once and for all. Now, given that most people don't actually understand the markets and superannuation, and they basically either listen to a friend or a relative or a neighbour or the media, and a lot of that is not necessarily exactly true. So let's dispel the myth around superannuation. How many times have you heard on the news and it just cuts off at that? It doesn't provide any context, right? So you hear things like superannuation funds have lost 20%, and it's like, yeah, and for someone like me, it's a yeah, and because why? Because superannuation is not an asset class. And what I mean by that is an asset class is shares, property, bonds, cash. They're asset classes. They're the different types of investments we can invest in. Superannuation is an investment vehicle. What does that mean? What we can invest in to get what we want. So superannuation outside of our family home is the second biggest asset that most Australians have. And therefore, it's something that is a bit contentious for most people because the understanding around that is continuously ambiguous, continuously changing, and not everyone's actually sure what is going on. So first and foremost, superannuation is an investment vehicle. It's not an asset class. So if the share market drops by 20%, everything drops by 20%. So if you own shares in your own name, if you own shares in a managed fund, if you have shares in your super, which most people do, because most people, generally speaking, have what's called a balanced portfolio. That's a mixture of shares, property, bonds, and cash, right? So most of us have our super funds by default set up in those asset classes. So if the share market goes down, which it has, it goes down in every single aspect of your investment life. So if you've got a share portfolio, that's going to be down. Your shares in your super, that's going to be down. So it's not just about super, because I always wonder and think, well, super isn't something that we invest off the planet in Mars and we invest something different on planet Earth. It all is invested in exactly the same market. What's really important to understand here is super, by default, by its very nature, is a long-term investment. What does that mean? Well, it's preserved. You can't touch it until you reach preservation age, which generally is based on the year that you're born, and then you have to technically retire from the workforce. So once you reach preservation age and you retire, you're able to access that superannuation. So by its very nature, it's long-term. And when we talk about investing, particularly in volatile markets and particularly in the share market as it stands today, and what we've seen over the last month or so, well, since the 20th of Feb, we've seen a rapid fall in the value of shares. I'll give you an example today. I personally bought some shares directly in my name because I love looking at them and I love dabbling. And for example, Westpac Bank shares are half price at the moment on average. So there is the opportunity. So what you need to be focusing on, if we're talking about superannuation, is you need to be focusing on making sure that you're actually popping more money in there. Because it's a long-term investment, by its very nature, it will recover, because this will recover as well. This is another cycle that we're going through, and we will come out of this just like we've come out of all the other ones, historically speaking. And therefore, it's a great opportunity to pop more in your super. So it's a given that when markets are down, make sure that you're speaking to your advisor and getting great advice around this, but also understanding that super shouldn't get a bad rap. Super is not an asset class, it's an investment vehicle, and it's a great investment vehicle. For lots of reasons, it's long-term by its very nature. Your employer puts in 9.5% of your gross income. It's a given, right? Now you can claim up to $25,000, which includes the 9.5 that your employer puts in, and you can claim it as a tax deduction on your individual tax returns now. So that's another great thing. And it is in its own environment, the lowest taxed environment that you will get. So it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Rethink Super. Make sure you get your head around it. If you have any questions, make sure you send me some messages on here and I'd love to help you out. I'm Tracy Sofra. I work with career-minded professional women. Please like my page, and I have a free ebook to give you. Follow the link that's on the description here and it will lead you to another page where you can download my free ebook, and I'm hoping that's going to help you out. Have a great day and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.